Welcome to Corey's Conscious Living. Hello, my little friend. Just a quick reminder, if you want to be in the cat club, talk to your guardian or your parents and make sure that you go to the link down below to become a patron so that you get your first 3 exclusive Heidi Cherry and Vaya stories on the 7th of this month. Are you ready to meditate with Corey? Lie down in your bed if you haven't done so already. Pull up the covers. Get all snuggly and cuddly and warm. Make sure that your light is just right. You've got your comfy, cuddly teddy if you need a snuggle. Tig liked to go to a very special place. It was his place in the world. I'm sure other people went there and it was their special place. But for Tig, whenever he went, he always seemed to be alone. Completely alone. He would walk through the streets. There were actually 3 streets that he walked through. He'd say hello to the neighbours and different people passing by. He'd always bump into somebody he knew on the way. He'd look at the houses and just watch people as he went from street to street to street, and then finally he would find himself in a field. The grass was always green. He lived in a rainy place, a part of England that got lots of sun but also lots of rain. So the grass was always spongy and soft and really green because of the rain. This is where he took his shoes and socks off. Of course, he could only normally do this in the summer, because sometimes where he lived in England got quite cold. But in the spring months and the summer months, it was perfect. He'd walk on the grass with his bare feet, and that's where it was almost as if he'd start to walk into a different world. The noises from the streets and the cars and the people would start to fade away to whispers and just slight sounds in the background. The grass would get brighter. His senses and his feelings, everything around him, the smells, the colours, all seemed to get more intense with every step he took. The grass would make him feel completely alive. The sensation of the prickles and the softness underneath his bare feet. Sometimes it would feel like he could feel the dirt through the grass. It made him feel connected to the earth. It made him feel like he was going home. He would walk for about 5 or 10 minutes through this field, this big, wide open space, until he got to his special place in the world. His special place was a hill. Not a very big hill. Wasn't even very special. To look at, it just looked like a normal little hill that you'd have to walk up for just a few minutes to get to the top. But on top of the hill was a tree. It was the perfect tree. You know when you see those trees that make you feel happy? They seem to be just the right size, just the right shape, like trees you would draw when you were a child. Happy trees. That's it. It was a happy tree. You would go lay down underneath the shade of the tree. This was his place. This was Tig's heaven on earth. There were always birds in the tree chirping and talking to each other. Just laying on the ground would instantly make him feel more relaxed. He always felt safe, as if he was home, protected from the rest of the world. Something strange would happen to him while he lay down on the ground. I'll try and explain it. It started to feel like his body just got very, very heavy at first. He would relax, and after a while he would close his eyes. And Tig could tell his body started to tingle and get heavy and feel like it was changing. It would feel like he was sinking, just very slowly and gently into the ground. The back of his body would start to feel as if it was opening up, just kind of melting into the top of the hill. His back would relax. The back of his legs would kind of just open and melt into the grass. His head, that always felt very head-like and structured, seemed to just melt like ice cream on an ice cream cone. His whole body would soften. His muscles would get really, really, really soft. He felt like his body was butter warming in the sunshine, getting softer and softer the more he laid there. This feeling to him felt so nice. It was like the rest of the world was being lifted off his body. He didn't have to think about anything. He wasn't worried about anything going on in his life, like school or friends or stuff happening with his parents. None of that existed here in his special place on top of the hill, underneath his happy tree. The world would fade away around him, and all he could feel was this deep, luscious, juicy, melting sensation. It would melt so much that his body started to become part of the earth underneath him. He could feel his body becoming the grass and the soil. His head would melt into the tree's roots, and it felt like part of his body had roots and they were digging down deep into the earth. He thought about what it would feel like to be an insect, so low down in the earth, in the grass where no one knows where you are. Maybe be a worm or a very tiny, tiny spider, or the tiniest of ants, living a life underneath the blades of grass where no one knew you were there, in your own little place, your place of heaven on earth. His body would metamorphosize even deeper, and he'd feel like he was slowly traveling through the dirt and the clay and and the rocks going deeper and deeper into the earth, melting into layer upon layer of years and hundreds and thousands and maybe millions of days worth of life above, just going deeper and deeper until he would hit this place in the center of the earth where everything was bright, white, orange, red. He was part of the lava, the center of Mama Earth, bubbling away with life force. He always felt so strong here, so comfortable, like this was part of who he was all the time, just bubbling away inside of his heart, like lava in a volcano. So much life waiting to explode above the earth into the world. Powerful and strong. Tig always felt so strong when he got to this level of relaxation. He'd go deeper and deeper until it was almost if he travelled through the other side of the world to get back to the top, to find himself in his body, laying in the sun on his special hill. When he opens his eyes, he always sees his happy tree, the birds, the clouds, life as normal. He would stand up, pick up his shoes, his socks, walk back through his field, back onto the streets, once again surrounded by houses and people and cars and life. And he'd go back home to his mum and dad. And life was normal. Tig loved his special place.